Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be one of those sorts of videos that whilst in the course of doing my various different projects, I've discovered an actual product that is worthy of note and worthy of a quick short video. Okay, so today's product is nothing particularly exciting. It's just a bicycle side stand. This particular side stand is made by RBRL. Yeah, I know they need to work on their marketing, but it doesn't take away from the product at all. Now this is the stand. You can see there, it comes with this little packet, all the tools you need to actually fit it. It's really easy to fit. Now this particular stand is better than the average stand for two reasons, and I'll go into that now. So this is my bicycle Old Dutch, which was designed for actual bike packing, although I only really use it for day touring. It's called Old Dutch, but to be honest, the only thing that's actually old about them anymore is the frame. Everything else has been replaced in the past 3 years. Anyway, I've got this stand, as you can see here, fitted to this bike, and what's particularly good about it is it's very strong. This bicycle, you end up having sort of water bottles all on the front end here, handlebar bag and various bits strapped on, and it makes the steering very heavy. And if you see when you park up, it tends to just fall, and when that's heavy, if you're not careful, it pulls the whole bike over. You see now it's very reluctant to get pulled over now with that stand on. Now I have tried a few things in the past. I've tried fitting these. This is just the top half of it, of the device, and what it does is it replaces this whole top end, the whole cup and the bearing, and what you do is you just put the steering straight, twist it when you park up, and it locks the steering straight. But unfortunately with these devices, I haven't got enough threads actually in the top half of the actual fork stem to actually fit these products. So I have discovered another thing that I'm going to do, an out-of-the-box solution, which I'm going to engineer up as I go along the way, but I need time to do it. So yeah, please hit that like and subscribe button if you fancy seeing that. And when that comes out, of course, you'll see that straight away then. Okay then, so back to the bike. So you can see, yeah, it's quite sturdy, and it does extend a little bit longer than the average bicycle stand, so you can get it pretty much upright and reduce the risk of this falling. You still have to be sort of careful, it's not going to do it now. You still have to be careful, and I've got this strap here, which I often run up and put on the brake lever, just to hold that to stop the, sort of rolling away. But yeah, it has helped considerably with that problem. So the second reason that it's particularly good, this stand is, and I just touched on just a minute ago, is it extends a lot longer than the average bicycle stand, and I'll demonstrate that in a minute. So I think what we'll do, we'll quickly just switch the bicycles out, and we'll have a look at it on a bicycle that is a lot higher off the ground. Okay, so this is Dangerous Brian, and as the name suggests, he does all the dangerous work up in the mountains, all the stuff that the sort of touring bikes are capable of, steep inclines and rocky surfaces. That's what we use him for. Now this stand you can see, which is more of a standard stand, that is absolutely fully extended to the max, and as you can see, you've got quite a tilt on that bike there. It's leaned right over like that. Now it doesn't matter here now on level ground, but when it's on even ground and whatever, he often wants to sort of tip over, and we run the risk of it falling over. I'd like to get them a lot further upright. So like I said with the second thing, this stand, the new one, goes a lot longer, extends a lot longer, and is a lot more stable. So I think what we'll do is we'll get this old stand off, we'll get them up on the rack, get this old stand off, we'll compare it to the two, we'll fully extend both stands so you can see a comparison of the length, and I'll actually measure that for you so you can try it on your own bicycle, and then we'll fit it so you can see the ease of fitting. Okay, so we're going to move this stand. It's not been a bad stand. It doesn't do a bad job, to be fair, but like I say, it's just that little bit too short, especially as in the near future I'm about to put a longer shock absorber on this bike, 15mm longer. How that's going to affect the back height-wise, I don't know, but it's certainly going to make it that bit longer again. So yeah, definitely a good reason to be changing out this stand and be fitting this bigger, longer, stronger stand. Okay, and that's that off. Top tip for you guys there, if you could put your stand wherever you want along this bar here. If you've done your own e-bike conversion and you've actually got your speed sensor here, the stand right up against it makes it a brilliant guard to protect this, because obviously if you knock that when you're out on the ride and you lose it or damage it, that's your ride over, because that e-bike won't work at all without this sensor being attached. Okay, so we've just quickly moved back around to the back of the property, struggling the light and the wind today for filming. Okay, so straight away you can see here, hopefully, the difference in these two stands. I mean, this one's considerably longer, and if you look actually, the thickness of this metal here, and then you know, the metal here, you can see it should be stronger as well. So I'll just get a quick idea with the tape measure, how long we're going. So from top to bottom, we're on 42 centimetres, or if you want to go from the centre of the bar where the bar of your bike would go, that's 40 centimetres. The other one, which is the short stand, is 38. So yeah, I'll give you some idea if you want to fit this to your own bike. So I think what we'll do, we'll get back around the front, we'll get this fitted to the bicycle and see how it actually works in, you know, in real life. Okay, so just whilst having a quick look, you know, and seeing how well it's going to fit, we have got a very slight problem. The back bracket on here can't go all the way up to here. If you look at the old one that I just had fitted, and the new bracket, it's considerably longer here for a bigger bar. So that is a bit of a pitfall. Now I'll measure that for you in a minute so you can get some sort of idea of what size bar this will fit. So yeah, it's bang out the window it goes, protecting the actual sensor. I think that's gonna have to go right down almost up to that disc there and be clamped on there. So I'll do you a quick measurement of this and then we'll get it fitted. Okay, so we've got our bracket here. I'll just turn it onto its side. We've got our calipers. And the maximum between the actual rubber, I suppose you could take that off if you wanted, but you'd you know, risk gouging your bike, is 26 3/4 millimetres. So I'm going to say 27 millimetres. You've got space in that. Anything bigger than that and you're going to be struggling to fit this stand. So I'm just going to quickly loosen these up and then I'll slide it back this way towards the sensor as far as I can before we do the final tweak up of the bolts. Okay, so I'll just tighten them up gently with the Allen key provided. I'm going to see how far we can slide it up here. Yeah, that really is, I think, about as far as it's going to go. Now, obviously, these are never going to be ideal. It's a universal stand, and this is a tapered bar, and this is straight all the way through. So unless it's specifically made for the bike, it's never going to be perfect. But you do get a good tight clamp with it, and it's not really going anywhere. So I'm going to tweak these up and then we'll take it down off the stand and see how actually well it supports the bike. Okay, so that's that stand on. Ended up doing a lot more work than I planned after saying it was going to be an easy fit. I ditched the actual plastic, I don't know what you call them, protectors I suppose, that go against the frame here. They're a bit hard for this particular frame, fine on the other frame, the other bicycle, but not on this one. And I'll substitute it for some of this foam, which is self-adhesive. So all I did is I took the brackets, I stuck this self-adhesive foam into them and then trimmed it off around the edges, and that just gave me a bit more play and allowed me to move the actual stand a little bit further up here to protect this speed sensor. That goes back up to here perfectly. Hopefully got that in shot. Yeah, and that's out of the way as well, probably even a bit of protection for the disc there. So yeah, that's not going to present a problem. So let's get this down off the stand, adjust the length of it and see if it's going to be up to the job. Okay, and that seems to have worked fine. The bike is completely in upright position, so yeah, a little bit too long on that stand. If you push it that way, it's going to topple. So I'm going to shorten that slightly, but I think by the time I've hired the back of this bike up to sort of a couple of centimetres, its fully extended length is going to be just right length. So I'll just that for now until I get that next job done. That's going to be another video there. If you're interested in that, again, hit like and subscribe. There's going to be a new longer shock absorber put in there. A bit of a taboo for many bicyclists, that one. So it should be an interesting video. So that brings us to the end of that video. I'll put a couple of links in the description below, one for Temu and one for AliExpress. I'm not affiliated to this product. I am affiliated to AliExpress, but not to Temu. And to be honest, at the minute in the Amanthora Valley, Temu is better than AliExpress here, so I'm not going to lie about it. And last time they were slightly cheaper as well. So I think all that remains is to thank you for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.